Nigeria, welcome to Updated Precious. A beautiful, beautiful day to bring on an update of things that happen for inside Nigeria. My name is Precious Inye, and it is sweet my belly to bring on an update of all the things with the share for Nigeria. So plenty news day for inside our country because people don't they drag Oga Shetimma, the governor of Oyo State, like I pass my neighbor generator, sake of waiting in talk and waiting be that thing when talk will make the dragon like I pass my neighbor generator. I go let her into that conversation. And plus, including say, people don't they talk, say, they don't drag Tinubu minister tire. You say what's in madam. In fact, people don't say what she they talk about reverse psychology. Because how dare you say that if the opposition won't fail, may they just field Peter Obi. Say if they field Peter Obi, they don't finish with that. Their own don't end with that. How dare you say that? And then on the other hand, did they encourage President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to make no change Shetimma, make it keep Muslim tickets? Are you serious? Are you serious? At the come. Make a go give on the headlines of all the matter they want to share. We'll come back, begin dissect them. And by the way, today is Sunday, and we'll have a Sunday medicine for the house. They come make a give on the headline. 2027, Musawa wants APC against dropping Northern Muslim running mates. So if APC no drop Northern Muslim running mates, that means APC go still do Muslim tickets. If now you Musawa, you be my mate. I go fit talk to you because for all I care, you be my mate. Musawa, if now you will be say you be Christian, in fact, you as a Muslim, would you accept a Christian candidate? Would you accept a Christian candidate for the first time and for the second time? Would you accept that? That now waiting Nigerians they tell them not be me they talk this one. Now waiting Nigerians they talk say, would you accept this? Waiting if be say say they do you know go like them or go encourage them. Why you they insist me they do them to another person? And they come. We're getting to that conversation very quickly. 2027 storm as Shetimma's fate divides APC. Even like say something they brew for inside APC. Nothing Peter Obi can do to win election in Cornuts. Where be Cornuts? Borno State now the same Cornuts where Christians there. Where did they kill Christians there? I be Niger State now the same Cornuts. Where be the Cornuts? Zamfara no get Christians. That na question where people they ask. So what's your name for this Cornuts? As she talks, say nothing Peter Obi can do to win election in Cornuts. Tinubu's minister says draws parallel between with Buhari's early defeats. Now waiting she talks. So make you look at the way they come. Or your governor Makinde attacks Tinubu's government, says you cannot speak truth to power in this dispensation. Once you talk truth to power for this government, next thing now they don't find a way they go use hold you down. Yay. Okay. We don't know what was passed. Governor Makinde raises alarm over tax bill process. Say we don't even know the one where they pass and the one where they not pass. Right now, we don't even know what we're operating on for inside Nigeria. The tax law, what would you use operate? Ex-Senator Abubakar Gada dumps ADC for PDP, accuses Tambuwa of sabotaging ADC in Sokoto State. So trouble don't the paradise now for the ADC. As Ibisa people don't already dump the ADC because of some internal struggle. What is going on? Ex-Lagos governorship candidate demands probe of Tinubu's GCON award to Nigeria Lebanese ally Shagori. Say, I beg, excuse me, I beg. Please come and tell us. Funsho Doherty. Now they talk this one. Funsho Doherty don't talk. Say, I beg. Come and explain. Please, let's probe. Waiting go make where President Tinubu go give in partner, in friend, in business ally, the second most highest honors what we get for Nigeria. Why it will give and that? I'm not going to investigate them. Meanwhile, talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they don't like you. They don't like your government. Premier Tayodele don't reveal warning to Tinubu against accepting Trump's help to fight terrorism. No, accept Trump because Trump don't even like you. You know, like you. Okay. Lagos announces new tax law empowers states to seize funds from bank accounts, friends, family members. In case you don't understand. Say this new tax law now don't empower them to fit you seize your money for your bank, seize the money of your relatives in case you go hide them for your children account, seize the money of your cousins and friends in case you go hide them for their account. And just to make I give on this alert, make on they know what will happen. State police necessary for Nigeria's multifaceted society. Southwest stakeholders now in the talk this one. Petrol, diesel, LPG prices will continue to decline, AG assures Nigerians. And then Ekweremadu's wife returns to Nigeria after release from UK prison. And Tinubu's planning to remove Shetimma, replace with sitting governor, Prime Minister Yodele. Don't see another vision. Say, I see in the spirit. that Tinubu is planning to remove Shetimma, and put him with a sitting candidate somewhere. That's what you see for his spirit eye. Our confidence is in God, Rivers Governor Fumara declares. Our confidence is in God. All right. So now God, now they give everything. Okai reacts to Kanu governor sacks Konkoso loyalists, replace him with Ganduje's boy. Say, hey, this is where Kanu governor don't sack up people with loyal to Konkoso. Don't carry Ganduje loyalists. No wonder Konkoso people say, Oga, this is your betrayal and a betrayal of the highest order. Mammoth crowd as supporters storm Kwankwaso's Kano resident. If you see crowd, it na sand. If you see crowd, you could just wonder. Sit at home, legal civil protest. You must respect people's will. IPOB wants Soludo because Soludo don't say, you go do pro rata. You go pay, you go receive salary as you work. You receive as you work. You don't work on Mondays, you don't receive salary for Mondays. Now, IPOB, they say, no, do that, and general civil obedience. But people say, I thought IPOB had distanced themselves, say, no, but then they affect the sit at home. Why now on the ones Soludo make you not take action against them? That's a question where everybody asks. Police intercept explosive devices in Oyo, arrest driver. You hear them? Or your state here. Police don't intercept explosive devices for inside or your state here. Explosive devices. And then bandits ambush police patrol team kill inspector in Oyo. 2 killed as bandits attack Gombe community. Let's see. Security operatives stop abduction attempt in Niger State. Again, 2 injured as gunmen attack customs officers in Ogun State. Customs officers were attacked in Ogun State. And I don't tell you, say they don't kill 2 people for Gombe State already. Abduction. Kaduna government has completely abandoned its people to Gumi's Islamist terrorists. They can Nick Donley. Now they talk this on. No, you both thinking, people say, hey, Oga Donley. What's happen now when they talk like this? All right. They burn what they cannot eat. Benue community laments burning of 152 hectares. 152 hectares of farmland by alleged herdsmen. Herdsmen carry people hard-earned money. 152 hectares born 152 hectares. Now wow. All right, jailed IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu issues fresh directives to supporters, and we'll tell you the directives when given supporters as they go on. Oyo police recover 40 bags of explosive, I told you already, en route to Kwara. Arrest truck driver in Saki over it. Now, 65-year-old woman arrested for supplying drugs to Boko Haram terrorists in Borno State. Bandits release man abducted while delivering ransom in Kogi State. That is, they arrest the man while he deliver ransom, but not don't call release him. Now wow. Kogi resident freed after 2 months in bandits captivity. And the ex-senator Abubakar Dada dumps ADC. I don't know another one. Accused Ganduje, Tambuwa of sabotaging the ADC for inside Sokoto State. Nigeria seizes explosive. I don't tell on this one. So that one I will continue. No, this one another one. Kaduna arrests village head, 72-year-old in drug bust. So Nigeria seizes explosives en route to Kano. Another one. This one another one. Nigeria don't seize explosives really en route to Kano and Kaduna. Arrest village head, 72-year-old on drug bust. Kajuru kidnapping. Ex-presidential candidate Hashim accuses Nigerian government of complicity in abductions and covering ups. Say on a day complicit, on a day even cover up. Meanwhile, Sarah don't sue power minister NBET over failure to account for missing 128 billion naira. I don't tell on this story before. Kaduna abduction. Nigerian Defense Headquarters don't vow safe rescue of Kruminwali victims. Appeals to family. Say, Mokona no vex. Family, I beg. Emma Binueda, make on calm down. We promise, we swear to our God. Say we go release on our family members safe and nothing will happen to them. And that's so we pray make them come out alive. Meanwhile, for somewhere for Uganda, opposition leader Bobby Wine say in life they under threat. As him don't run come up from your house. As military raid in house, arresting wife say she must provide her husband. And people don't they talk say, I beg African Union, we're on a day where this one they happen. African Union, we are on a day. See the kind where they oppress Bobby Wine. For even the Ugandan president to talk, say, then kill 30 oppositions. 30 people will be opposition, now then kill. And arrest 2,000, over 2,000 opposition. And the international community, they look, they're not saying anything. They are not saying anything. Well, joining us inside the studio now, Prince Francis Chilaka. Thank you so much, Prince Francis Chilaka, for joining us. Good evening. Thank you. And
yeah, Precious, how are you?
I did very fine, thank you. I did very fine, thank
Good.
you. So, I beg, I would just like to start with this Bobby Wine issue because it is very crazy not to talk about waiting they happen for neighboring country Uganda. Ugandan activist and National Unity Platform leader will be Robert Kyagulanyi Santamo. Where they call Bobby Wine, don't raise the alarm over what he described as sustained military police raids on his home, saying his life is under serious threat. Now, in a video message released on Saturday and addressed to Ugandans and the international community, Bobby Wine disclosed that he has been forced to flee his residence following repeated security operations allegedly ordered by Uganda's Chief of Defense Forces, Muhoozi, will be the son of the president. Yoweri Museveni. Now, he said, follow Ugandans and friends of Uganda all over the world. My name is the talking name and Bobby Wine. In fact, bottom line. So I think yesterday also, the military raiding house, holding wife, say he must provide a husband. And as if all this or not enough, the same military talk say, oh, they don't kill 30,000 oppositions. And then right now, say they don't arrest over 2,000 of those oppositions. And people, they call on the international community and African Union. Say, African Union, is it not the time for you to talk? Or on I go keep quiet until it gets out of hand. So on they support this kind of thing to they happen. When it gets to do with some people defending themselves now, on I go come out, come they talk. Now, make I take your thought quickly before I enter.
Precious. I've always told you and I've always maintained that African Union is a toothless bulldog. It's a gathering of highly most corrupt leaders in Africa. That is where they gather. Just like you have ECOWAS. Because most of them are corrupt, because most of them in their own countries, they are trying so hard to kill democracy. They are trying so hard to stifle the freedom of the people. And then they all move themselves into ECOWAS and into African Union. What do you expect? There is no difference between African Union and the 10th Assembly in Nigeria. There's no difference.
So all of them are demanded.
When you expect them to speak out as men of honor and proven integrity, they all hide their tails and run away. Is it not the same country where your former president went and came out to declare a winner when the whole world is saying that the election is corrupt? The election was, there was so much
suppression,
what do you call it?
Opposition intimidation. Yes.
So that is the same place Jonathan went and came out and was, because it's also part of them. Sometimes we try to give these people credit that they don't deserve. Because Jonathan is part of them. How can a man with the man that Nigerians are looking up to as an epitome of democracy allow himself to be used? Allow himself to fall short of the expectation of the people. And this is what happens when the elders of the land, when the leaders of thought keep quiet and allow a country to drift into one-party state. Today we're talking about Uganda. Are you sure you will not be talking about Nigeria in the next 4 years? Are you sure with what is happening that everybody, every governor, every dictator had is coming to APC? So this is what happens. And then before you know it, the opposition will now be tagged as terrorists. And that's what they've done in Uganda. They have tagged the opposition as terrorists. Just because you want to hold on to power. Because you want to hold on to power. And one annoying thing is that at the end of the day, they will tell you, oh, God has given me power. And then you ask, which God?
Ew.
God does not give power to non-entities. God does not give power to people who cannot use the power well. The whole essence why God gives power is for you to use that power to develop your people, to develop your country. African leaders should be ashamed of themselves. The only thing African leaders are good at is to steal from their countries and take it abroad and go and hide it there. Do you know the potential that African countries have? Do you know how developed African countries would have been if you had leaders who had common sense? Your African leaders are greedy, they are selfish, they are self-centered, they are wicked. And that is why Africa is not developing. Because at every election cycle, you elect people who have no need, who have no right, being in power. That is why Africa is suffering. And then somebody will sit back and say, African Union. Who is African Union? The same people who came to power either through ballots, snatching a ballot box, through the military, they coerce the people, they bribe the people, and shamelessly, the people collect this money, 5,000, 10,000, bribes. They eat it in one day. And after that, what happens? Poverty stares them in the face, hunger stares them in the face, unemployment stares them in the face. And at the end of the day, they now go into the religious institutions and begin to tell them to preach to the people, to tell the people to pray, to look up to God. And the gullible men of God will buy into that. Nobody is speaking truth to power anymore. So please, let us not talk about AU. AU does not exist. It exists on paper. If you're talking of AU that will direct the affairs of Africa to become a world power, to be developed, then we have not started. Not this set of clowns you have as leaders in African Union.
All right, so let's quickly jump on, go straight to the conversations we have today. So let's begin with what we get to do with Muslim ticket. As Minister of Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musawa, I don't advise the All Progressives Congress APC to tread very carefully over any plan to alter President Bola Tinubu's presidential ticket ahead of the 2027 general election, saying that such a move could cost the party critical support in the north. Say, made them not alter Shetimma ticket to say not go verse well. Now, speaking at a recent episode of Mike On Show, hosted by Seun Okimbaloye, Musawa addressed growing conversations within political circles about a possible review of the Muslim ticket adopted by the APC in the 2023 polls. Now, the minister argued that removing Vice President Kashim Shetimma or substituting him with a running mate who is not a northern Muslim, would create political complications for the running party, particularly across key northern states. Now, if there is no Hausa, Fulani, or Kanuri Muslim on that ticket, it creates a hurdle. That is the reality of the way people think. She explained. In fact, make her go play and make you see him. So after waiting, if I play with it, she talk finish, and people come begin to talk. Say, excuse me, if this gets to do with a Christian ticket, would you people have the same faith? Or you people do not think that the South people or the Southwest people or the Southeast people have the right to vote along religious beliefs? So make you take a listen to waiting.
There's a lot of debate.
And this is credited to Seun Okimbaloye for in show the Mic On podcast. Take a listen.
There's a lot of debate.
Sentiments.
Yeah, there's a lot of debate and quite a few rumors going around. And when elections are approaching, and this is what you see, and it's growing by the day, that the possibility of your party considering to jettison the Muslim ticket and the possibility of thinking that there should be a Christian running mate to President Bola Tinubu in 2027. That means that there is a possibility, if the rumors were true, that Vice President Kashim Shetimma might be dropped ahead of 2027. What do you think that they are, or how do you think the North will respond to that, the Tinubu on the ballot?
So when you say the North, let me take the core North, the Muslim North, right? Let me take like Katsina, Kano, Kaduna, Kebbi, Jigawa, Zamfara, that Kebbi, Sokoto, that axis. If that was to happen, I think people that say that may not understand the formula or the way politics is. You know, when you talk about politics, the sophistication of politics, the North and the North alone holds more of a key when it comes to the sophistication in politics. Of course, when you talk about education, we're looking at the South West Coast, right? And you're talking about trade and maybe Southeastern. But the North, that core North, when it comes to politics, honestly, their level of sophistication. Now, Seun, when you see every Megad, let's say the Malams, right? The one thing that you're going to see in his hand is a radio. Since I was small, I talked to you about me being a Fulani herdswoman. I come from a very rural area in Katsina State. All my family, all the people that I know that have never even been to school have a radio. They've never been to school, but they will tell you about the Russian Revolution. That BBC Hausa did what it was supposed to do. It will. My dad worked in BBC Hausa, so I really understood it from that level. When it comes to politics, that northern area really thrives on politics. That's the one thing that they feel they have a lot of control and power. So when you don't understand politics in the way they do, then you come at your own peril. So when you start making suppositions from the center, saying, let's change it from here and there, not understanding that these people, for them, politics is a way of life. They wait every 4 years to be able to line up. The man with his 4 wives and their 30 children, everybody's going to line up because that's where they know that they can have an impact in positioning Nigeria. If you don't understand that and don't understand that for them is something of, it's almost like an identity.
So you think that if the APC toys with the idea of changing Shetimma on the ticket, it might be risky?
I think so. I think so. I really do. I think if we toy with changing the construct of what we have now is a problem. If there's no northern, and I'm going to say it as it is, if there's no Hausa Fulani Kanuri Muslim on that ticket, it just creates it's a hurdle, and that's the reality of the way the people think, and that's what I'm telling you.
Are you concerned though? You see the gravity of and you see the manner in which a lot of the politicians and everywhere are moving towards the ADC. Is a tsunami of some sort, politically speaking. The gladiators are on one side, the ruling party is on this side, and their main agenda is get Bola Tinubu, send him back to Lagos. That is their agenda. Are you concerned about
which gladiators? I've not seen many gladiators.
Really? David Mark, Aregbe Rotimi Amechi, Peter Obi.
That's like 5-6 people. So but if you put it on a chart on APC as well, if those are gladiators, of course they are. And then at the same time, there are a lot of gladiators on APC side as well. So I don't think.
So, but I'm asking about how the ADC is growing to becoming a major political force. Does it worry you?
No, it doesn't. In fact, we're happy about this because we want a democracy. Nobody is happy about one party state. And more than anyone, the president wants democracy to thrive in Nigeria. So it's great that, ADC is sad to see that, that there's no opposition. So there has to be an opposition for our democracy to thrive. So it's good that there's an opposition.
All right, so very quickly, Prince Francis Chilaka, before I go straight to her, to the other conversation and what she did say concerning the opposition, you could see from her reaction how she struggled to explain the Fulani, Hausa, and Muslim superiority in Nigerian politics, because basically that's what I see her trying to explain. That is to say that however you look at it, the Hausa Muslims are superior in politics in Nigeria, and they must have a say as to who is the head of Nigeria, the leader of Nigeria. Should that not worry us? But a lot of things she said that I also like us to look at. She did mention the fact that they determine who gets the election, perhaps because of the numbers of these states like Kanu, Kaduna, she mentioned, Kanu, Kaduna, Katsina, Sokoto State and all that, the result that they realized. But we did not see much of those numbers with the introduction of the beavers in the last election. We didn't see that.
Precious,
let me rest.
I think that I feel so bad right now. I feel really bad, and bad in the sense that over time we have given credence to the North. In quotes, the people you call North, they call Muslims. We're giving them this euphoria identity.
Well, before you continue, is there anything like the core North and core Muslims? Because
I'm coming. Precious, calm down. Precious, calm down. The North they believe when they say core North, what they are trying to tell you is that the core North are northern states that are predominantly Muslims. That's what they mean. Predominantly Muslims. It means that 90% of the population in those states are predominantly Muslim, but it is wrong.
I was going to say that because there is no 90% population of Muslims.
Let me finish. And because in those states, you will find out that they have high number of Fulani Christians. They have high number of Hausa Christians. But you see, the problem is this: the Fulani Muslims, or as they are called, don't see the Fulani Christians as their brothers. I'm telling you, they see them as infidel as they see the Southerners. Even the ones that are not Muslim, that are Muslims that do not accept that rigid religious position, they don't see them as Muslims. And unfortunately, over time, we have always, in the South, we have always said, oh, for you to become a president in the North, in Nigeria, you need the North to give you the vote. I mean, it's an aberration. And it starts with the fact that you have more, if you look at the states in the North, you have more states in the North, you have more senators from the North, you have more honorable members from the North. That is the bone of contention. And this is something we are saying that the 1999 Constitution is an obnoxious document that should change this status quo. If we're going to have 6 states across the zones, let it be 6 states. If we're going to have 7 states, let it be 7 states. Let the number of senators equal across the states. Then we will know that, yes, we have a balanced situation. We have a country that we all can call our own. But as it is, because they feel that they have had that privilege of having more states, more governors, more senators, more honorable members, they now feel it is a birthright for them to decide who becomes the president of this country. For me, that is hogwash. It is the height of stupidity. And anybody that toes that line is also stupid. So we need to change that narrative. With what has happened in the last 3 years or 2 years plus of President Bola Tinubu's regime with the Muslim ticket, I am telling you, the Christians in Nigeria will not accept a Muslim ticket come 2027. Whatever will happen, let it happen. We all own this country. Nigeria is supposed to be a secular state. So why would we sell our birthright? Because we want to have peace. Peace without justice is peace of the graveyard. So when people come on air and sell that nonsense narrative, they should go and shove it down their ass. So how can you come and tell us because because you have Muslims who carry transistor radio all about? Is that what we want? Is that what builds a country? Has religion built this country? Has any religion built Nigeria? The only thing religion has done in Nigeria is to push the people further into poverty and hunger, into hatred, into killing one another. That is what religion has caused. And so we must have a country where we divide religion from governance. And the earlier we do it, better for everyone. So anybody that is selling that narrative, there must be a Muslim ticket, that person needs mental health check. And if Christians in Nigeria open their eyes in 2027 and accept a Muslim ticket, then they're not worth the salt. should bring that idea. We must have a balanced system. And it must start from the top. And that is why I keep saying we have a National Assembly that is like the African Union. Because if we had a proper National Assembly, since we came back to civil rule, a lot of things would have changed. Would have balanced the equation of power sharing, but we have not been able to do that.
So, Prince Francis,
that is why you can move. That is why you see the North is now telling you that you cannot put a gold refinery in Lagos, but yet there is a refinery, oil refinery in Kaduna State. What oil is Kaduna State producing? So Nigeria has become a country where it's tribe, it's religion, it's paddy, it's my person, it's my brother, it's my cousin. How will this nation develop? What kind of nation are we preparing for the younger generation? A country where hatred has become the order of the day. People are not suspicious of each other. Is that the kind of country that wants to develop? You will hear that, oh, a federal government is citing something in a state because they believe that the governor of the state is loyal to Mr. President. Is that how you develop a country? This is not how you develop a country. But rather, this so-called leaders in Nigeria are killing this country. And selfishness is making them kill this country. And so when I hear Mr. President will say, oh, I heard your cries. I will find, what solution is he finding? There's no solution in sight. You're talking about a tax law that has not been confirmed by the committee set up by the National Assembly, that yes, the document was altered. What have they done about it? And while we're saying this, why have the government not been able to sit down and say, this thing has been exposed, let us call it off? So there's a lot that is going on and that is wrong. And it starts from where? It starts from tribe to religion to bigotry. We need to end it. If the energy people are putting, those in power, if the energy they are putting in decamping from one party to another, if the energy they are putting by trying to tell you the reason why there must be a Muslim ticket, they are putting it in fighting insecurity, Nigeria would have been better off.
All right, so people have been asking that same question, that should we have a Christian ticket at any time or point in Nigeria? Would the same Muslims now say that, oh, you know what, if you change such tickets, the normal Igbo person in Anambra State will not vote without a Christian ticket? Does it matter? Why does it look like the North is superior and the rest of the country would have to bow to their needs? Whatever they say must be final. And
no, precious, the North is not superior. It's just unfortunate that in the South, those you have as political leaders, they have no common sense. They cannot differentiate the right from the left. It is this your so-called political leaders that are selling the South. You see what happens when something happens in the North. You saw what happened in Edo State when hunters were killed. You saw how the North came together. How many times have you seen the Southern governors coming together to fight a cause? How many times? Even those in the same party. The South they are the most divided. They don't know when to put their personal interests aside for collective interest. And that's the gospel truth.
All right, sir.
So let me tell you that.
Just go ahead. Let me let you land your thoughts before I move on.
Anybody telling you that the North is superior or that the North is better, I totally disagree with that person.
All right, sir.
I totally disagree. All I'm saying is that for Nigeria to move forward, there has to be equity and justice.
All right, so still talking about this issue, now we hear that the banner was already hanging that Yeah, the banner was already hanging when Abdul Karim Lawan walked into the hall in Maiduguri. It stretched wide behind the podium in the northeast, public hearing of the All Progressives Congress, filled with familiar faces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, governors from the zone, and all of that. But we hear that there is a lot of issue going on right now in the Shetimma camp because Northerners are angry and boiling, and some kind of storm is brewing right now as Shetimma's fate hangs in the balance concerning, his continuation with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There are sources that are saying that the North is it's miffed over the likely change. According to a particular person, Munumi, he said the northern region currently lacks a Christian candidate with political structure. So who you won't bring? Someone who has political structure, grassroots acceptance, and national reach needed to compensate for Shetimma's electoral value. So who will the president now
Nah,
bring that will perhaps make up for that?
precious, precious. With what is playing out in Nigeria today, with this clamor and call against Christian genocide, it will be suicidal for a Bola Ahmed Tinubu to go ahead and run on a Muslim ticket. I think the Christians who supported the Muslim ticket initially, they thought that we were going to have a replica of Abiola and Baba Gana Gingime. As at that time, Nigeria was divided. We're not interested, nobody was interested in any religion. All people wanted at that time is, do you have the capacity? Do you have what it takes to move this country forward? Nigerians, as at that time, were looking for leaders, not rulers. Nigerians were not, as at that time, we were not interested whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a traditional worshiper. No. All Nigerians wanted then was somebody that will unify them, somebody that will bring development, somebody that will create employment, somebody that will give them a sense of reason, of living. But do you have that today? And as I said, that this set of political class we have, they're monstrous. Because what they have done is to divide the country along ethnic and religious lines. And that is why a Muslim ticket can no longer sell through, no matter how you want to do it. And I know that Shetimma knows that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not take him for a second term. And those who are advocating for him to go a second term, then they are not wishing this country well.
All right, sir. So still talking about this interview she had with Seun Okimbaloye, Nigeria's Minister for Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musawa, has said that former Anambra State Governor and the Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi lacks the political structure and regional supports required to win elections in Nigeria's core northern states. The core northern states. Say Inno gets the structure to win election for core northern states. So nobody for South gets structure to win election for core northern states. Now Musawa, a long time president. Sir, make I talk finish now.
Precious, that woman she's been very myopic. She's a very myopic woman. Because if she had followed the election of 2023, she wouldn't be saying this garbage she's saying.
Okay, so
she won't be saying it.
Just give me a minute. Let me quickly play that thing you said she said, and let's take a listen to her. Please kindly take a listen.
Atiku Abubakar is no match for Bola Tinubu in your own books in 2027.
I don't think he is a match. I think he's a formidable opponent, but I do not think in 2027 that Vice President Atiku Abubakar, as much as I admire him and he's such a great patriot and, he's like a father of mine, I would say, but I don't think he's a match for President
Even if Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi comes together,
but as who and who?
If Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi come together as on the same ticket. Yeah.
Okay, with Peter Obi as the Vice President. So the obedience that have vowed not to support, that's going to upset a lot of obedience because they're not really willing to take Peter Obi as a vice presidential candidate, are they? So that's going to upset a lot of people. That a lot of people are going to have to eat a crow that said they wouldn't support Peter Obi if he became vice presidential candidate.
I don't think.
And if it's the other way round, or rather, if Peter Obi is on the ticket as the presidential candidate, then that is the fastest way the opposition is going to lose this election. I promise you. I promise you, Seun, honestly. And if it's the other way, then we have to now question again our sentiment of saying the power should stay in the South for 8 years or for, the full term of... so if it's Atiku on that ticket, so that means ADC does not recognize that the South should maintain power.
Okay, all right. So Prince Francis.
All right, let me tell you something. Listening to this woman, you will understand that she's trying to do what they call reverse psychology. First of all, she started with the obedience, telling you that if Peter Obi accepts to be a vice, the obedience, in other words, the obedience will not support Peter Obi, and they will go and support the Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's reverse psychology.
If he's a vice president.
Yes. And then she's telling you, oh, if Peter Obi is on the ballot, he's not going to win. At that point, she didn't remember the obedience are there. She didn't remember. So for her, she's looking for a way to say, give the ticket to Atiku, so that Atiku would disrupt the 8 years of the South. Yes.
So for her, it's even better for Atiku to disrupt the 8 years of the South than for
yes, you and I know that if Atiku gets the ticket of ADC, at that point in time, the South will refuse, and the South will say, no, power must remain in the South. She thinks she's smart, but she does not understand how the politics of Nigeria works today. If she understands how it works, she will know that in 2023 election, that Peter Obi didn't have, in quotes, people say he didn't have a structure, which is true, because Labour Party didn't have structure across the entire country. But Peter Obi showed the fact that he is there. He even got more votes in the so-called up north. So what is she talking about? So some people just come, they just want to talk, they just want to give you play on the psychology of the gullible Nigerians. And that is what she has been asked to come and do. Whether they like it or not, whether APC likes it or not, Peter Obi will be on the ballot, and Peter Obi will defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It has come to that. Yes, it has come to that. So if they think that by going north, if she thinks in her mind that the Muslim ticket will fly for a second time, she needs to go and check herself very well. Because Nigeria belongs to everyone. Nigeria is not a country for the Muslims. Nigeria is a country for Christians, Muslims, traditional worshippers. And we must respect that. We must respect that.
All right, sir. So, I mean, a lot is going on there. By the way, some people are also talking strongly about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic structures. We've been greatest selling points, by the way, because in don't always make mouth say, in make bold policies where nobody get power to fit do. Nobody don't get mind to implement the kind of policies when you don't implement, and say we will begin reap the benefit. I think I talked about this on Friday, but I like us to look at it again, because Paul Alaje critically analyzed the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic policies and defining and explaining where the team don't leave us and where in the carriers they go. More like say the policies the carriers go where we don't know. Make I just give you excerpt of that conversation when it gets with Western Spring Television. Make you hear them again. So make we even know whether people were to vote based on what they want or based on the person's work. person who they do our vote now based on what the person get to do for us. We go say the President Tinubu administration don't give us enough reason to vote for them into office again for second tenure, irrespective of whether I'm Muslim or Christian. So waiting the person don't do, we go even make and get vote. I mean, not be your work or the tendency where you go to work for us, then you go make us vote for you. Make we listen to waiting Paul Alajet talk again.
It is easy to say that Nigeria economy grew by 4.6%. Is that really correct? In economics, is that really correct? Can you compare Nigeria with Osun State? Or can you compare Nigeria with Sokoto State? That is not be correct. You compare Nigeria with Ghana, you compare Nigeria with United Arab Emirates, and you compare Nigeria with Argentina. So when you are comparing, which currency do you use? You use the dollar. Now, when you look at our GDP 2 years ago, it was $500 billion. What is it? $1 billion. What is it today?
199.
We are now $199 billion. Are we better off or worse off? We are living in our worst days. Pre-Jonathan regime, before we rebase the economy. Yeah. Before rebasing the economy, we're larger than this. So everybody, per capita income in Nigeria now is nearly above $1,000. What used to be $3,000? So are we better off or worse off? How can subsidy removal with flotation be better? The question you should ask is, what should we have done differently? And there are options which were made available, written and in discussion to authority. But the cheapest way is for government revenue to boost, hoping President Tinubu hoped that governors will invest in the economy. What was that done? Was that done? But for a few states that actually reinvested this back into the economy, it's important for people to know the truth. After all, your station is about as it is. Yes. We need to say the truth.
Yes, as it is.
This economy is not as strong as it should be. This economy used to be the largest in the whole Africa. Today, the last time I spoke with your correspondent, we're number 4. Today, we are now number 5. Now check, the largest economy in Southern America is Brazil. It's also the largest country in population. The largest in North America is the United States. It's also the largest population with largest economy. Then you now go to Europe and see in Eastern Europe, you see Russia as the largest economy and also the largest population. And go to Western Europe, where you meet Germany, the largest population, largest economy. When you come to Africa, oh my dear black Africa, Nigeria is the largest population. It's not the first, it's not the second, it's not the third, it's not the fourth, now the fifth. So how can those two policies be good? It is more than obvious that they were made out of error, they were made in mistakes, and some of us had provided alternative solution to the government. Whether we will take it or not is another kettle of fish. But we cannot say because we have a deal, look for cutlass and beard ourselves, hoping that all will be well. It's like cutting our nose to spite our face. But well, the result is obvious in the public domain. People that are watching us and are listening to us, you ask themselves, are they better off today than they were 2 years ago? They should ask themselves. When we say that at the end of the tunnel, there will be light, the father of modern economics, macroeconomics for that matter, John Maynard Keynes, he said, and I quote, he said, in the long run, we are all dead. Ask anybody, we will go through pain. When will the pain end? Can they tell you it's going to be 1 year, it's going to be 5 years? Funnily enough, World Bank seems to provide the answer. Is that we should wait for 10 to 15 years? Can you continue like this for 10 to 15 years? And I asked in 2016, when I was interviewed by journalists, when Christine Lagarde told Nigeria that, don't worry, this economy will not go into a recession. I said, this economy will certainly go into a recession. I'm in Nigeria. I'm an economist in Nigeria. And I know for sure that this economy will go into a recession. Did you know that as against advice Christine Lagarde gave to President Buhari, Nigeria economy went to a recession?
All right,
Was
so
I happy? No.
looking at what he said and where we are in Nigeria today, just like he did ask, are our lives better today than it was before this administration? So why would any sane person want to vote this administration if their lives are not better today than it was before they came in? And as at by 2027 during the election, will our lives be better? Okay, sir.
Calm down. Let me start by asking, what are the 8-point agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? The 8-point agenda of Mr. President is 1, food security. 2, ending poverty. 3, economic growth and job creation. 4, access to capital. 5, improving security. 6, improving the playing field for businesses, creating an enabling environment for businesses. 7, the rule of law. 8, fighting corruption. Now, precious, let's start from the first one, the food insecurity. Nigerian farmers don't go to the farms anymore. That is why food items are expensive. The reason why the price of rice seems to have come down is because of the grains that were imported by the federal government. Yes.
Really?
Because of the grains that were imported. You have been
But
forgotten.
they hear President Tinubu say that agricultural reform, I don't make rice, don't plenty.
Have you forgotten when the president said they were given an open window for people to import grains into the country? That is why you see prices that have dropped. How many farmers go to the farms today?
Apart from rice and a few other foodstuffs, nothing don't drop. Other things.
Exactly, because these are the things that have been imported into the country. These are the things that have been able to they've been able to import into the country. How many Nigerian farmers today are in the farms? Look at Benue State, the food basket of the nation. How many of them are living in IDP camps? Are you going to ask those people who have been chased away from their ancestral homes, living in IDP camps, to not go into farming? Is it Borno State? Is it Taraba? Is it Zamfara? Is it Sokoto? Is it Kebbi? Is it Plateau? Tell me which state in the north. And your minister who came out, the female minister who came out, the minister for culture, who is telling you that yes, the core north. How many people are going to the farms in the core north? So we must address these issues. And so for 2027, I am waiting to see what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will use as his campaign strategy. What is he going to tell Nigerians? What is he going to sell to Nigerians? What is going to be his selling points? On the one hand, we have not solved the issue of food insecurity. It's there. It's glaring. Economic growth and job creation. Okay. Which economy is growing? All the governors who are decamping from their political parties to APC, they tell you they want to be linked to the pipe of the national. Of what value have that been to the ordinary Nigerians? Where is the job creation? When those who are employed by government are going on strike on a daily basis. So where have they created the employment? Where have they created the jobs? What are the development infrastructures that this government has put in place? The only thing we hear every day is a Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, talking about coastal highway. Coastal highway, coastal highway. Is that what Nigerians want? Meanwhile, the roads that are supposed to connect to the coastal highways are not motorable. A lot of them have been eroded away by erosion. So what are the infrastructures that the government can hold on to say, this is what we have done, this is what we have done that has given value, that has created employment for Nigerians? The reason today why we no longer hear about fund being disbursed to vulnerable Nigerians is because of better educate.
No, we've disbursed after better edu. We've disbursed now. One Ogawale Edu told us that we spent how much around October, November to give to the vulnerable. We disbursed, sir.
Who got the money?
They're
keeping quiet because already it's a scam and the scam has been unveiled. The scam has been unveiled. This is a government that came to power on the 29th of May 2023. Your president said subsidy is gone. Where are the savings from subsidy? Subsidy is gone. Nigerians are still buying petrol at 700, 800, 900, depending on the filling station you drive into. What has happened to NNPC? Between NNPC and Dangote Refinery, who is meant to tell us or who is meant to fix the price for petrol? A private business is setting the tone for government in a country where you are supposed to, as a government, protect the people. See, what is happening with petrol is what is happening in the shipping, in the marine industry, where shipping lines are ripping off Nigerians, and the economic regulator is taking sides with them. That's what is happening in Nigeria. The people are being ripped off, and then the government that is meant to protect the people is in cohort with those ripping off the people.
All right, sir. So
then we move to the next one. Hold on, please.
Okay, sir.
We move to the next one. I'm going to take the.
Finish your 8 points.
We talk about the government says that the agenda is to improve security. What do we have in Nigeria today?
Ew.
We have insecurity in our hands. People can no longer travel in the night. Even in the daytime, you are traveling, you have your heart in your hands. You are praying in the religion and dialect you understand. Bandits are having a field day in the north. The same core north that your minister is telling you that they will be the ones to decide who becomes the president. So the life of sovereign insecurity in the north, it does not matter. What matters is the fact that somebody must win the election. The lives of those who are in IDP camps doesn't matter. What matters is that they must vote for APC. Is that not the height of stupidity and mediocrity? So when people come out to tell us, hey, APC government has done this, what have they done? The rule of law, we see what has been happening with the judiciary. Giving counter judgments. The Supreme Court will not give a judgment that the High Court will not be the one to come and interpret it. Has that ever happened in this country? Look at what has been happening with Labour Party. It took the High Court to come and put to rest the judgment of the Supreme Court. And you say rule of law. Rule of law where you have a minister building houses for judges. When the judiciary is supposed to be an independent arm. Now the judiciary has become an appendage to the executive. The rule of law, where you have the National Assembly, the legislatures, dancing to the tone of the executive. They cannot even question. We have a situation in our country today, and that situation is that somebody tinkered with a tax bill that was passed by the National Assembly and sent to Mr. President for assent. Somebody tinkered with it. Nobody's being punished. Nobody's being questioned.
Tinkered or actually fingered it and tampered with it.
And you're telling me rule of law, and people are happy. And you're telling me that the government has done everything with rule of law. We saw the kind of judgments that were given for Rivers Forward. And finally, since you don't want us to go far, fighting corruption. Fighting corruption. I'm going to take that. Fighting corruption. The only corrupt person, the only corrupt people that have been fought are those who worked under Buhari's administration. And they've been selective about it. And FLA was the first target. And all Nigerians were screaming, pro-NNPC, pro-INEC. The government had deaf ears. Suddenly the government became deaf, dumb, and blind. So the moment you are in APC, you are covered. The Holy Spirit covers you, nobody sees you. The moment you step out of APC, all your sins will be unveiled. You want to tell me now that if your former Attorney General, Malami, if he was still in APC, they'll be dragging him like they're dragging a person my neighbor generator like this. It was because he left APC and decamped to ADC and declared his intention to contest governorship. Meanwhile, a Yaya Bello that has a case that was an embarrassment, not only to Nigeria, but the international community. It's all over the place, telling you now he wants to go to the Senate. The Senate has become the retirement home of governors who could not perform in their states. And that is why you have the likes of Senator Juice Okaro and Co. coming out to tell you, we will take over Abia State. As if Abia State belongs to them. Yet, the three of them who are guiding up together, they ruled Abia State for 24 years. They had no legacy, nothing to show. And then somebody has come and is developing the state. Like I keep saying, Alex Otti is a madman. He is not a Nigerian. He shouldn't be counted as a Nigerian. Because the kind of leaders that Nigerians want, or the kind of people who parade themselves as leaders, are those who hold the people, put their news on the neck of the people, and the people will be clapping for them. There are people who don't want development of this country. People who ordinarily should be sleeping behind bars are gathering together to remove a man who is working. You see the cluelessness. So I'm waiting. A lot of us are waiting. We want to know whether it is the hunger that is killing Nigerians, is the poverty, the lack of employment, the lack of paying of pension, the bad roads, the high electricity tariff that is crippling a lot of businesses. We want to know if these are the points that the APC want to use to campaign come 2027.
All right, sir. So let's quickly move on to other issues now. So moving on, Oyo State Governor Shetimma has criticized President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, saying dissenting voices are no longer tolerated, as he lamented the absence of former Vice President Osinbajo from the center of power. Now, Makinde made the remarks on Saturday while speaking at a public event where Osinbajo was present, declaring openly that governance and decision-making under the present dispensation had worsened compared to when Osinbajo was in power. In fact, you know what? Make I go play and small, make it say, you know, say I like to talk with evidence. Make it not be like, say, at the talk with person no talk. Make it hear what's in Osinbajo talk. So people don't say this one, they throw a jab at Osinbajo, at President Tinubu, while others they talk, saying actually true. So why would think say there was suppression of dissenting voices during Buhari regime, but it don't do worse and even more amplified for inside this administration? Take a listen.
Sir, I personally, I miss you in that position. A lot of people may not know why. Things are not really the same. Again, it's not a political talk, because I'm not on that podium. I remember I was barely 7 months into the position of the governor of Oyo State. And that was my very first public service job. And we had a crisis in the country. This was February 2020. There was COVID. And we came in for the National Economic Council meeting. It was a hot meeting. The chairman of the council came in, and a few of my colleagues, I wasn't sure whether they held a meeting before that meeting, but they came in and said, look, we should all go back and lock down our states. So for your state people, why I did not lock down during COVID was because of his decision. But we had the same situation in this dispensation. It was the tax bill. And we said, look, bring the tax bill, bring it back. Let us all have an opportunity to look dispassionately at it. But you cannot speak truth to power in this dispensation. We said the tax bill will go ahead. It's an affront for even the governors to be saying what the presidency has done to send the tax bill to the National Assembly. They should bring it back. It won't happen. And we know where we are right now. the tax bill. We don't know what was passed at the National Assembly. We don't also know what was signed off. So when I say I miss you so much, sir.
All right, so Prince Francis Chilakasa, you don't hear the explanation which Shetimma gave. He talks, say, he give a sample of a tax bill. Tax bill will be say the ad hoc committee for inside the House of Representatives don't come out contact true. They don't notice it, they alter something for inside the tax bill. But even at that, the presidency is going ahead with it. Then they go on to implement, and implementation don't start already for the same tax bill without any proper explanation or accountability as to why it was in the first place, altered, and what can happen, and perhaps explain to Nigeria. First of all, they started with denial and then gaslighting Nigerians, and before they, somehow they don't hide them. They themselves have not even owned up. If not, be say the ad hoc committee person where they had an opposition, or less if not even talk the truth. And this is what he said. Let me take a reaction. Do you think that Nigerians could speak more under President Muhammadu Buhari than they can speak now?
President Muhammadu Buhari had a hearing problem, the late president. Yes. So whatever you said to him, it wasn't bothered. He tried. What I think President Muhammadu Buhari tried to do was to wear the cloak of a Democrat while being a military man. And as we would have it, he also understand that this is democracy. And also, he had a National Assembly that kept him on his feet. So he couldn't do whatever he wanted to do. Even though in some area, he got what he wanted, but the National Assembly was awake. The National Assembly we have today is like the saying of your former president, Jonathan. The National Assembly is pretending to be asleep. And that is why it is difficult to wake them up. Because they know that you are either going to pour them water, so they are prepared for that water. They know that you are going to use stick to beat them. Already their body is attuned to waiting for that beating. So they are pretending to be asleep when they are not asleep. And the most dangerous set of human beings are people who pretend to be asleep when they are not sleeping. Now, Shetimma, does he have the moral right to talk to Nigerians? No, he does not.
Why? What did he do?
He does not. He has not apologized to Nigerians.
For what?
When they came out and said G5. He has not apologized to Nigerians. We don't forget. We will not forget it so easily. So as far as I'm concerned, Makinde may have good ideas, but he does not have the morality to talk to Nigerians. He has to apologize to Nigerians openly for misleading Nigerians, for pushing Nigerians into this hell that they are in today. He is one of those. So we must not always clap for leaders when they're in opposition. We must not always clap for leaders when they're in opposition and they're challenging the government in power, but we must also challenge them. Even when they say the right thing, we must remind them where they're coming from. We must remind them. The G5, where are the Nigerians?
Some of them are ambassadors. So.
PDP that has been decimated today is as a result of that G5. All the time they were showing, wearing uniform, parading themselves. They didn't realize that the dog, they apparently were thinking, the lion they thought was a dog was really a lion. To some of them, it has dawned on them that lion that was pretending to be a puppy is not really a puppy. It's not a full-grown lion.
Okay. So, speaking about him.
So as far as I'm concerned, he has no moral right to talk to Nigerians. But then, yes, he has said the truth. And the truth is that in this dispensation, you have no freedom of expression, you have no freedom of speech. not just at the federal level, at the state level. It has moved from the state to local government, from local government to councillorship. Few days ago, it was on the news, a councillor got somebody beaten up because the person challenged him. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Governors can wake up from sleep and shut down the radio station because they believe that the radio station is not promoting their agenda. Content makers have not been said, they are not free from it. Even analysts themselves, they are not free from it. So that element of freedom of speech has been hindered. But what makes a country to progress is the ability of the leaders to listen to criticism, no matter how harsh it is. When you close the door of listening or allowing people to criticize your government, then you are gradually sliding into dictatorship.
All right, sir. So that being said, I want to quickly let you know, say even the Oga Shetimma, they know easy for him for your state because the wife of the former governor for inside the state, Ajimobi, don't come out come talk say that by hook or by crook. In fact, she said this earlier this year, and it's been trending again because she has said that no matter what Shetimma thinks it is, that they have more of that in the center. In fact, make her play the video so that they will match him strength for strength, power for power. Make it listen.
War in 2027. That's what I tell you. It's going to be war. Head-on war. PDP must go. Whatever they want to do, whatever they want to try, whatever tricks, all powers belong to God. But we're going to beg God, and we're going to fight them. Whatever they have in the state, we have at the federal level.
Mm-hmm.
We have money. They have money in the state. We have money in the federal level. We have all the support we need. We're not going to be intimidated. So let them get ready for us. We are ready for them.
Okay. So Prince Ross is still at us. So that means it's not even easy for him, and because she talk out of anger.
This woman, this is the late Ajimobi's wife, isn't it?
Yes, please.
Who's now an ambassador designate?
Yes.
So what do you expect?
What should I expect?
He who pays the piper dictates the tone. After all, the chairman, the national chairman of APC, has openly told Nigerians that in 2027 appointment will only be for party members, that there is nothing like professionals. Yes.
So if a professional join the party. That's the only way you
He says if you want any appointment, you must join the party, you must be active in the party. And there's nothing like professionals or career diploma. No. It's going to be a party affair. So when you hear the likes of Monday Okimbaloye telling you that you must wear a certain cap, you now know where he's coming from. So it is when you see people who, the problem with Nigerians is that this government is bringing out people who have over time been thrown into the line where poverty is, and they are beginning to smell a little bit of poverty, and you're bringing them out of poverty. And what do you expect them to do? They will be all over the place backing for you. Is that what a woman whose husband ruled the state before, a woman that was a first lady, is that what she should be saying? Does she understand that what she has just said is hate speech? That thing can actually ignite trouble. It can cause mayhem in the state. When people who are in authority want to talk, they must be careful. They must apply emotional intelligence in talking. She has exposed the federal government. Because she's not telling you now is that the machinery of rigging the election is already in the hands of the federal government. She's already telling you that come what may, they will rig the election. That is what she's saying. And she's saying it with impunity. But if somebody else had said this today, that person would have probably gotten a life sentence. Because then they will say you are hitting up the polity. You are making the people go against constitutional authority. But that's what she has done.
All right, sir. So, I mean, let's quickly touch on other issues so that we can open the phone lines and then ensure the conversation ends on time. So, the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service has disclosed that the new tax law empowers state revenue agencies to recover unpaid taxes by seizing funds from the bank accounts of employers, friends, business partners, tenants, and other third parties connected to a tax defaulter. So anybody will get to do with you now. If you owe money, you default tax, you don't pay. Akukuma don't know you too much, Prince Francis, because I don't want me to come seize my money because of say I know you. So LIRS informed Lagos residents and business owners that the Nigeria Tax Administration Act 2025 authorized the services or the service to deduct outstanding taxes from rent payments as well as from accounts belonging to business partners, while members and friends who hold money on behalf of a defaulting taxpayers would also do the same. So that means landlords are not paying tax from their house rents. That's what it means now. This one when they say from rents and all those issues. And if you want to comment on this, let me let you quickly drop your.
Say this. This is to tell you that the federal government and those who prepare the tax bill, who have been buying airtime on radio and television, who have also mastered the act of speaking broken English, have been lying to Nigerians.
How did they lie? How? They don't take your light. Sorry, sir. Band A has happened to you. Sincere apologies.
The bottom line of what they have been doing.
Okay, sir.
I'm with you.
Go ahead, sir.
So they have been lying to Nigerians. That is what they have been doing. Don't forget when Nigerians were saying, oh, you will take money from our account. They say no. But you see, any bank will come out money for people's account without the consent of that customer. Now they get the bank don't enter. Okay? Whatever Lagos State government is planning, they should not put the banks in trouble. Because Nigerians will not agree to that. I cannot save my money in your bank and you go and remove money from my account without my consent. Court case go. It go boku well.
All right, sir. Okay, so touching on other issues, I think you say Prophet Ayodele pre-made see vision. Plenty vision we see. He said, if see in the mind eye, say President Tinubu won't come out Shetimma, replace him with the sitting governor for Nigeria. He also talk another thing. He say he's seeing in mind's eye. Say President Tinubu, Donald Trump don't like you. So this one where they want to help you fight terrorism, they careful because not be better fight so they want to help you fight this terrorism like this. They want to help you fight terrorism not because they like you, but because of their own hidden agenda. So in case you're accepting any help from President Donald Trump of the United States, please be very careful how you're doing that. Now, so the leader of the INRIE, Oga Prophets, Evangelist Spiritual Church, Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Elijah Ayodele has revealed that he warned Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to involve the United States of America in Nigeria's security information and fight against terrorism. In a statement signed by his media aide, Primate Ayodele reiterated his warning to Tinubu that nemesis and betrayal are fighting his government, as well as warnings about the involvement of the United States of America in Nigeria's security information. Now, people who are applauding him are looking for his downfall. Money can't buy it at all. Some of his aides are also blocking access to him for those who can actually help him. On security, no matter the security formation you put together, the US doesn't like your government and they know where to puncture this government because they already know the secret of your security. Yay! Prince Francis Chilakasa, Ayodele talk a lot of things, so but make a quickly take you on that if you like.
So
Sir?
Precious,
Sir?
with all your years on earth, if they tell you that what you just read now is a prophecy, you will believe.
Oh.
Let us keep deceiving ourselves in this country. Nigeria is the only country where the men of God, so-called in quotes, men of God. Their church members will be sick. They will tell you to pray. When they are sick, they go abroad for treatment. That is the kind of religious leaders you have. The man sits in his bedroom and he's doing permutation. And he comes, he tells you, he's seeing a prophecy. It is only Ayodele that God gives prophecy. He's the only one that God gives political and sports prophecy, and no other person.
Okay.
Well, no problem. Maybe those who believe in the prophecy, they should go ahead. But I can tell you that the God that I serve is not a God of confusion.
All right. So moving on very quickly, I make I just tell you, see, on a wife, the wife of Oga Ekweremadu don't come back after she served her term, as they don't release her from the United Kingdom, just for your information. But moving on to other issues, the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has reacted to threats by the Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma's Charles Soludo, to sanction civil servants in the state who failed to come to work on Mondays as a result of the sit at home in the southeast. Now, however, in a statement on Sunday, spokesperson Emma Powerful of the IPOB dismissed the Anambra governor's threats, insisting that the sit at home is a legal, peaceful, civil protest or civil disobedience embarked upon by the people to show solidarity for Nnamdi Kanu. Part of the statement titled, bottom line, they said he should not do it. It said Monday is a sit at home legal, peaceful, civil protest, not a crime. So he said the attention of indigenous people of Biafra has been drawn to that. Now let it be clearly stated and without ambiguity, Anambra is not a military barracks. The people are not tenants in their own land. No governor has the lawful power to compel free citizens to open their businesses or move about against their will. He said quite a lot of things. But bottom line, the governor is not saying that he's going to perhaps kill anybody. He just says, especially civil servants, say you're going to pay them pro rata. So say now waiting you earn, now you go receive. You understand? So if you don't come to work on Monday, you will deduct that Monday salary, come off for your salary. If you come to work on Monday, he will pay you the Monday salary. But then for schools and businesses, he also warned them, of penalties. Make a take your reaction based on waiting.
I think it is high time the lives of Emma Powerful should go and sit down and rest somewhere. They shouldn't. They have caused a lot of mayhem and damage to the southeast. Yes, they have.
Solidarity to
please, precious, please, let us leave all this baby talk. Solidarity for what? Solidarity for what?
For Nnamdi Kanu.
For what?
For his incarceration.
We know what. Do you know the damage sit at home has caused the southeast?
Tell us, sir.
Sit at home is making the Igbos in the southeast to be lazy. People are losing their source of income on a busy day. I had expected that the Emma Powerful and his team would support the governor to say, let us come against those who are asking people to sit at home.
But the IPOB itself had once denied that they are not part of those who enforce the sit at home.
So that's what is he talking about? So please, anybody talking about sitting at home is a fool. If that is what IPOB stands for, then IPOB should be disbanded.
Why do you say that?
You cannot cause trouble for those you say you want to liberate.
Are they causing trouble for the Igbos that they're liberating?
For them to come out openly to support the sit at home, they are the problem of the southeast. And it's high time people let them understand that. Emma Powerful's business does not stop on Mondays. He runs his business 24/7. He runs his business 24/7. So why would you want to stop some other people's business? Why would you want to stop other people's source of income?
So you think that the sit at home has been affecting negatively the economy of the South?
It has. It has. It has. I'm telling you. You just see young boys on Monday who should be going about looking for how to survive. They are just in their villages drinking and smoking. Is that what the Southeast is known for? If we have leaders in the Southeast that cannot curb the menace of sit at home, then they should all resign together. But on this one, I will support Charles Soludo. We need to stop sit-at-home in the Southeast. We cannot be talking about being economically vibrant when we kill our businesses by ourselves. Nnamdi Kanu has been sentenced. The day he was sentenced, what did IPOB do? What did they do? Did you see them on the streets? So if Nnamdi Kanu has been sentenced by a court of law and is serving his sentence, so what is the solidarity for? Let us put up our thinking caps and think as if there is no boss.
So are you saying it's not possible? Well, it's not likely to serve the life imprisonment because we're hoping that there will be a political solution to this and he'll be released.
Whatever, I have always said that Nnamdi Kanu's case is a political solution. But as it is today, anybody who comes out in the Southeast to support a sit-at-home, that person does not like the Southeast. That's the truth. You cannot be instrumental to killing the person you will bury.
Only you go kill, only you go do burial ceremony.
So please, IPOB, whatever it is, join hands with the governors in the Southeast to end this sit-at-home. This madness is long overdue. Let us end it.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, sir. All right. So quickly, moving on to, would you like to chime in on the Gandu Jekwankosu issue that is brewing in Kano State? Because people are looking.
I'm waiting for tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Because tomorrow is it National Day of Betrayal?
No, not 23rd. Not Friday, the day when they come from, the day when you resign from NNPC. Now be National Day of Betrayal. Will I say tomorrow night we'll go to APC?
Tomorrow is National Day of Betrayal.
All right, sir. So very quickly, let me tell you what happened from inside of your state. We hear say some gunmen suspected to be bandits or terrorists, as we call them, but government nicknames them as bandits, have killed an inspector of the Nigeria Police Force in Oyo State. That's the waiting we hear. Now the inspector was killed when a police patrol team was waylaid. Oyo State here. When a police patrol team was waylaid by the suspected terrorists. The incident occurred in Budu Masalasi border, the border post around 1:30 p.m. on Saturday. So broad daylight, like we said today, 9 terrorists then for your state kill a police inspector. And this not be the first time where this kind of thing they happen. We don't hear this kind of incidents over and over and over again for your state. In fact, the talks if they never get complaint of terrorism act for your state now, they reach 10 or 100 in 1 month. As they speak to you too, we hear say they intercept car we carry plenty explosives where it be said they carry for inside of your state to go where we don't know. That the Oyo State Police Command on Sunday said it is intercepted some items suspected to be explosive devices in Saki, Okeogun area of the state, and said that they move and they go Kwara State. That's what they hear. Explosives. And this now after it say the terrorism don't even kill an inspector. So I mean, this is coming home. Oyo State just very close to us here, and it don't drag closer and closer and closer. Oyo State don't they face more and more attacks by these bandits, especially since after the US strike.
When you say Oyo State, you say it's coming home. You've forgotten that sometime last year, people were being kidnapped from Shagamu. Have you forgotten?
Shagamu is just by the corner here.
Good. So the thing is this: we.
Oh dear, sincere apologies. This network issue.
Everything is not fine.
Okay.
We pretend all is well. When Amotokun was busy trying to curb this menace, you saw what transpired. It's not like the Southerners don't want to live with the North. It's not. But there are quite a lot of bad elements in the North that are betraying the relationship between the North and the South. You see, I said something when the American president on the 25th of December bombed Sokoto. I said, where are the Nigerian soldiers? Where are our military? Why were they not on ground to finish off those who were going to be escaping? Is that not the right thing to do? You heard the kidnap that happened in Kaduna, where they said they took about 177 people. I'm sure you've heard the demand. You've heard the demand, the first demand of the kidnappers.
28.9 million first.
For motorbikes.
No, then 27 million naira for motorcycles. Then go first pay those ones down. Sorry, 27 motorcycles. Then before they go start negotiations.
So it shows you how, see, this thing is a cartel. It's a business. People are making money out of it. And that's why we keep asking. When the one that happened in Niger State happened, when those children were kidnapped and they were released, who was arrested? What happened to those who kidnapped them? It's unfortunate, but, it's coming home. What can we do? It's part of what I said. What are the 8-point agenda of Mr. President? Which of them has he been able to fulfill? None. But he wants to come back a second term. We're waiting. We're watching.
All right, sir. Because now insecurity, I'm not even if you take all the insecurity stories. I would just take their headlines because they're just way too many, and it can be really disheartening to, get to talk about this conversation every day. So, bandits ambush police patrol team kill inspector in Oyo State here. 2 killed as gunmen attack Gombe community, and then security operators stop abduction attempt in Niger State. 2 injured as gunmen attack customs officers in Ogun State here. Insecurity worsens as terrorists kill 2, injure several, burn houses in Gombe State again. And in abduction, Kaduna government has completely abandoned its people to Gume's Islamist terrorists. They can make Donley. Now they talk this one. They burn what they cannot eat. Benin community laments burning of 152 hectares of farmland. You don't understand, Prince Francis Chilaka, 152 hectares of farmland for inside, and when they talk about food security, but 152 hectares of farmland don't be destroyed.
And the price of rice has dropped now, precious. What? Let them burn those rice, they don't need them. The price of rice has come down. The price of yam has come down. Nigeria is a country where we now live on propaganda. People are hungry, but propaganda is filling their stomachs. The insecurity in the land is getting alarming. It's getting out of hand. In as much as I believe that, Nigerian military, they are doing their best and all of that, but they need to do more. Are you aware now that the same policemen that were called back from VIP are returning back one by one?
Yes, they're giving them back again. So now just wash.
So you see, ordinary Nigerians your lives doesn't amount to anything. So now the policemen that were pulled back and were meant to be sent to go and fight insurgents, you are sending them back to guard their organs who will turn them to plate carriers and bag carriers. So this is Nigeria for you. Nothing is consistent. Since the administration of President Bola Tinubu, all we have had is inconsistencies. Try and error. That's what we're having. They should continue.
Okay. All right, then. I think I wanted to quickly drop a thought on a particular conversation. So, yes, about Nnamdi Kanu. So, we hear that Nnamdi Kanu don't issue a series of firm directives warning supporters, associates, and visitors to desist from public attacks, unauthorized statements, and actions he described as inimical to his detention condition and the wider struggle. So, make on any talk with him cause trouble for him. Now, waiting if we talk. Now, Kanu's directives were conveyed on Sunday today by 2 of his lawyers, Nnemeka Ejiofor and Patrick Agazie, after an official visit to him at the Sokoto Correctional Center, Sokoto State, where he is currently being held. Now, addressing supporters in recorded statements, Ejiofor said Kanu ordered that no one should henceforth castigate the IPOB Directorate of State, DOS, describing it as his own structure and brainchild that must be respected by all means and by all. Now, he has directed that from now henceforth, nobody should castigate the Directorate of State, otherwise known as the DOS. The DOS is a structure and must be respected by all and sundry, Ijoko said. Kano also reportedly directed that affiliated bodies, including AVID, the Rising Sun, and the ambassadors of the third nation must accord respect alongside specific individuals he identified as close associates, namely Dr. Silva Onye, Ivan Swanko, and Maxwell Dede. Ejiofor stated that Kanu warned that any attack on DOS, the listed groups, named individuals or members of his family would be regarded as personal attack on him with serious consequences. Now, he strongly directed that nobody should castigate members of his family. Whatever attacks the DOS, Avid, Rising Sun ambassadors of Third Nation, Dr. Silva Onye, Ivan Kwankwo, Maxwell Dede, and members of his family, Kano, that would be personal attack on him. Kano also called for unity and restraint among supporters, describing the current period as critical for consolidation of efforts. Now, he acknowledged the contribution of other pro-IPOB groups and individuals, noting that although they were too numerous to mention, their efforts were recognized and appreciated. In a significant directive, the IPOB leader barred visitors from making public broadcasts or statements about meeting held with him in the detention, stating that any message from him would be communicated directly to those concerned. In fact, he said quite a lot of stuff. So let me take a reaction to that.
Please, Precious, let's go to the next agenda, please.
Okay, sir. Okay, all right. Moving on. Oyo police recover 40 bags of explosive. Okay, I already told you that. Yeah, including other insecurity issues. Make I just read them down. 65-year-old woman arrested for supplying drugs to Boko Haram terrorists in Borno State. 65 years old woman, they supply drugs to Boko Haram. Bandits release man abducted while delivering ransom in Kogi State. Release, if they go take ransom, they kidnap you. Then that they don't release you. Kogi residents freed after months of bandits in captivity. Ex-Senator Abubakar Gada dumps ADC to PDP, accuses Tambawal of sabotaging the ADC. So it'd be like say ADC, they face their own sky problem right now. Let's see again. Kajuru kidnapping. Ex-presidential candidate Hashim accuses Nigerian government of complicity in abductions and cover-ups. So in the talk, say Nigerian government they complicit for this abduction and say that they try to cover up. In fact, but Defense Ministry don't talk. So then I say they could do their best to release all the people we be say then catch for inside this kidnap. Make I take your opinion whilst I open phone lines for people to jump in.
Well, when it comes to what has happened in Kaduna, I said that the police was too hasty in denying the fact that people were kidnapped. And the shameful way they came to accept it is something that baffles everyone. When people say that the government, when the people say government, they mean the police, they mean the security architecture. Because if people are telling you that armed robbers have come to a compound to steal, and they are trying to escape, and you go to the police station, the police is telling you nothing like that happened. It means that the police is giving room for the armed robbers to escape. And that is what has played out in Kaduna. The denial by the Kaduna State Police Command, for me, created enough room for the kidnappers to carry their victims away. And the question we keep asking, Precious, how were they moved? How were they moved? Did they bring a train? Did they bring trucks? Did they bring camels? Did they bring motorbikes? Did they bring horses? How were these people moved? I'm not going to talk again.
Nigerians phone lines are open. Please feel free to jump in on the conversation. 08170294077. That is the number to call. 08170294077. Or you follow the link with the pinned post. That link will bring you straight into the studio to be part of the conversation. Prince Francis Chilakas, when they talk like this, as I make I let you know, so your president don't depart go Turkey, where he be say he won't spend for official state visits to Turkey. I go now.
How many days?
I come, I will tell you the number of days. Make a big call. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, Precious, good evening.
Sir, you're welcome. Marvelous from Canada, right? You're welcome. You're welcome, Marvelous. Go ahead. No, it's your voice, so I'm not even seeing number. It's your voice I'm recognizing.
That's
Yes.
fine.
Go ahead,
Good evening,
please.
Christina. Good evening.
Yes, he can hear you.
Good evening.
First thing first, yeah. You yourself, that that operation will take hours. If that operation has been taking about 167 people, it's not 1 minute, it's not 2 minutes, it's not even 30 minutes. That operation, if the police are really serious, if they are really professionals, it gives them much rooms for them to organize and group and go against those people. So they know themselves. That's just the truth. Because in a country where corruption has eaten to the fiber of the bone, then nobody should say anything about it. That's why the people themselves now need to start asking questions. Start asking those people that are in the position now. Start asking them questions. So they start asking questions. Seriously, Nigerians need to wake up. The world is watching Nigeria. Because every day, different stories are coming out of that country. People are asking questions. What is going on? So that's that. Again, look at the tax now. Look at the tax. If the government were even sensible enough, this tax, whatever, was supposed to be suspended. When that case was just raised in the assembly ground, that is when the tax law will be suspended and investigation will commence. But now, after the investigation, now look at what has happened. And the people that are pushing these things, they forget that they will leave this power one day. They're not going to be there forever. This thing will also affect every one of them.
You sure said they will leave power?
No, see, I want to also say one thing now, yeah. It be like say the end of these things don't they come now. That is why all these things they happen. Because if you see every day, different stories, the way if you even see now the government themselves, next thing they expose themselves. If you see everything when they happen, the government themselves, now they expose themselves to the public. Not be saying that the opposition they expose them now. Now then they expose themselves. Now then they come will say this, they will contradict themselves. If you see the whole thing when they happen now. So that tells you that there's something wrong because the foundations was built on a lie, was built on lies. So that tells you already. Say, nothing even this straightforward among them. So if you see the whole thing now, it's like they try to gather everybody to one side, gather everybody. Then the more they do the whole thing, the more the whole thing they expose. So there's something wrong. Because the truth needs to be told. That's why I said, if you see everything, you forget say the society where we did now, before you work out 10 minutes or 5 minutes work out, other people don't see your nyash.
Ew.
What else you go hide that thing rich? So the Nigerians now need to wake up. They need to start asking questions. They need to wake up because that tax law, whatever tax or tax law, whatever it's called, needs to be suspended. And the National Assembly is there. Because if I may ask, please, because correct me if I did wrong, this tax law, whatever, what happens, should not be impeachment offense.
That's so they talk. Not so people always have been law talk, saying impeachable offense.
Very much.
They say impeachable offense.
Because if they even where we did for this side now, some similar to where they reach like that, the prime minister don't resign.
But you know, say you know go be impeached when it be say the whole National Assembly they sing on your mandate now. When you want impeach, the person way they sing on the mandate, you know fits. You don't understand.
Because they impeachment offense. Because this whole thing, because even the things even the laws, the way this guy don't take go against the laws and all that. Because if you look at everyone, it will be say if there's get something against them, you get within table every one of them. So if you move, if you try to come against me I will come against you. If I say that within the ground now, when we say this one not going to move, this one not going to move. You get my point. If you move against me, I will come against you. If you see what's going on between them. Because I can't even, because if you see, if you watch the National Assembly now or the Senate, now the few ones where I feel say maybe they not get anything against. Now you know the cap enter the party. Now you see, now those ones now they move to ADC. Now you see but the ones where we say their foundation not be straightforward. Now they move to the APC. So if you see the analysis, if you see what it just happen, because even the body language of the government, it tells you everything what is going on the country. The body language tells you everything. So we need to, Nigerians need to wake up. Honestly, they need to wake up because the world don't change. Everything they develop every day. Not be as it be before. It be now everything they change. Because the good thing, they are the one exposing themselves. So it's written all over them. They are exposing themselves already, and the people are getting to see this every day. Then they wake up. Then they see every. And one thing I want to ask again, that guy who they call something Rambambi, whatever, what was it?
Rambambi.
Why did they give that guy airtime? The airtime they give that guy is like they waste that time. Why are they giving? Why these TV stations? Why did they give those guys airtime? Honestly speaking, that's the question. I said, I still ask. Why are they giving those guys airtime? They come they propagate lies. They disgrace themselves for national TV. Why?
Should he not talk?
No. Let's make the Nigeria they go backward. So don't be those kind of people. Those are not the kind of people where we say wherever they come out on the black nonsense. Honestly speaking.
Thank you, Mr. Marvelous. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Honestly speaking, because the Nigerians need to wake up. They need to make them come out fear. If they got fear, make them eliminate everything. Everybody needs to wake up and start speaking and start talking. Because first of all, you see this country, you see Kenya the other day. Now this tax or whatever, then you see all of them for streets. When this all of them, you say the all of them go they hide inside bush. These are just few people. I think I even see one news the other day. This afternoon, the Benjamin Kanu don't retreat from the nonsense when they vomit to OT. I think he don't retract his statement or something. Because the Abia people stood up, stand behind their governor and start speaking up. I think those ones don't back off now. So we need to, because everybody needs that good governance. Once you see good governance, you will know. Because these people got nothing to offer. They don't get anything to offer. Please, we need to start speaking up. So that because Nigeria has everything to become great. Every citizen of that country can live well. Can live, not be peanut when they say, if they give you peanut for one day, then you don't say your next 4 years. Why this if you vote good governor, you go get 100% more than the peanut you want to collect for that 5 minutes. It's all right. So we all need to wake up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. I think I have the Barrys at the back here. The Barrys, good evening and welcome. Uga.
Good evening, P&P Corporation Incorporated.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Prince Francis Chilaka, good evening, my personal person.
Good evening, my brother. How now?
I don't know how we go do this your analysis and try to maybe create some kind of audio somewhere that we will sell the thing to villages or to people where they far where no fit get access to this thing, make them they listen, because you break this thing down, you simplify this thing so well. Maybe we will give you you go come to River State now, we'll give you position there. They simplify this thing. Make all follow do simplify. You know go come.
Simplified.
Simplified. Because the way you break
no reverse, no SIM card.
Any state expatriate don't enter, no they enter them.
No, what? Okay, so also make I respond to this that first audio, that lady, that interview where that lady come there, come to talk all that call not this, that, right? So my question to that is it that will she accept that the core north or the northerners are the ones that have destroyed Nigeria by using their voting power to put in the wrong people at all time that have ruined Nigeria. Will she accept that? If
Since the talks and then they determine the votes a bit, so
yes,
and then don't spoil the country with their bad decisions. Is that what you're saying?
yes,
Oh
yes,
wow.
will she accept that? If we have to ask her that. Now, this is the question where Okimbaloye, what do you call him, should have asked them so that we'll see how they will keep their faces. When you keep claiming you are this, let us do a proper census. Make we know who be the real voters in make we know who be Nigerians. Why then they fear that matter? I thought that's one of the things that since they have the population, they should be insisting. Let's validate this population of ours where they not, because we have the population. No, may they no claim say yes. When it comes to intellectual, how do you people know that you have smart people on the other side, but yet you insist that we will always bring your own? I don't tell them, I say, from now, I'm not being the one, I'm not saying not like to hear this impressions, but the only solution to the country is, hey, make we go now. There's nothing wrong with that. Let them be. Make we go. No, no. Precious, you see, we were there outside. I know say it get two argument where we make two of your broadcasts. I won't come in, but I just make a home myself as my sister. I go there, but I go put them to your face one day. See, those of us who are there outside, the things that happen for Nigeria, with the film, Precious, sometimes I know they feel sleep now. Because before the people where they grind, hear the thing, because we have our data, we don't buy, you just monthly this thing, you pay a monthly bill, you access as much as you want. So we have access to this information more than even people where my people where they talk to, before they even know, they tell them waiting from your broadcast, from waiting to happen here, before they go, oh, that's what happened. They don't even know what's going on. So when we did, they tell them, when they hear this thing, they see them. Imagine that young man, Alex. See what Alex they do. No single church, no be church supposed to do that thing. No be our big mega church is supposed to go these places where now Christian dominated area in Middle Belt to make sure say they put those people back home. The kind of money where they get. Why can't they do that? Anyways, the day where I know say we don't enter one chance. Now the day where Tinubu enter office, and you see, I keep telling people, say there's this movie. They call it American Gangster by Frank Lucas. Go and watch that movie and you go see how Tinubu they operate. You see, when he came in, the first thing he did was to buy everybody, buy the institution, buy the police, buy military. They give National Assembly, buy them cars, do those things where drug dealers, drug lords, those things they do. They go first buy people buy everybody. Nobody can say anything. And that's why when he start doing that, I say, Kai, this man never change. Oh, this man. Now Chicago mob style. Now he don't carry on Frank Lucas their style. Now he don't carry on Nigeria. Everybody now have to go back to beg him. They have to go back, beg him. The situation where they may be constitutional matter where they're supposed to handle, they go beg him. Up till now, nobody don't talk about electoral reform, no matter the notes they make. You see, say nobody they even do anything. Nobody, none of the National Assembly. It seems that we are so dumb. We they wait for what? 2027, 2026? Nothing. We're not going to do anything that time. We don't let it go down late. It go down late. Well. So make we just leave these people and say, I know you are doing your best. We are talking, but there's something we need to do more. And that thing, I'm going to tax Prince Francis Chilaka. The Igbos, they hold the lifespan of Nigeria. But what they are missing, that I will keep pushing it, is that make them come down from the high horse, come to the south, make we form an alliance, the Southern Christian Alliance, strong one. Forget saying Namibi Igbo, Namibi Onabisman. Forget that thing. Let's calm down and make it a political move or movement. And forget, like I said before, Biafra is not an Igbo language. So this is where the Igbos have claimed. My father died a Biafran soldier. He fought very well, and he came back. We buried him in his Biafran uniform. I am not an Igbo man, but I know that. I can give you the history. I'm old enough. I saw most of the things. My elder sister is named after Igbo. Wingbon, meaning Igbo girl. She was born there. So I know. So if the Igbos we know can just say, you know what? Let those where they fight Biafra go dey their own. But there are some real intellectuals where they will go come, guys. Make we build this movement. I promise you, the day that happens, Nigeria don't finish. All this one where even the 5 Igbo states, then go where they go, but they know if you move, make any move because your boy thinks say na him fine pass. What do you call them from Ebonyi? Now him be the best professor of whatever you call him, construction.
Professor on the job.
Okay, see, and then we can't get the one way from your hometown, your home state. Even if you don't do me something way good now, and work with Fubara to make peace, they River State. Please, I will give on that one. So I've been telling you, probably precious. I tell you, to me, you wait that yendeba weekend in they come. I tell you, matter they come. One more thing will remain now. One move. I know go talk for you. One move. Once you seal that move, it's over. I promise you.
So you feel they no go come off for Bara?
Them burn anybody well for that side. Who? Why? I no go walk now. That's why to say we just some people just go quiet, just keep quiet, leave them making the rank. I don't tell you about the story of chicken and hawk and sheep. You know when hawk they carry sheep, the sheep just quiet. You know mistake they stupid. Now what thing we can do? No wahala. I promise you, get matter where they come. Once it just happen, whether it will happen or not, then you go see them. I don't want to talk for you. You know, say sometimes we'll keep some things back. So with the work at the back end, no worry. I tell you, I will come sit down as Prince, sit down there. So I go come back, we will sit down, spend time. Prince Laka, I go come. What's it now? What's it be that other one again? Where we can drink? That whiskey.
I don't drink what we can drink. Because if I drink, I'm not going to talk like we can.
Now one buy come sit down. Don't talk this thing because Nigeria will need. They tell you the thing you see, you don't see nothing else. They are not giving up. They are not going back. They are busy going at the back end. They kind of try to make change the narrative, make the story. They are spending money. They are sending people now. What did Tinubu they go do for Turkey? What is it? You don't know the history of Turkey? Turkey was a Christian country. What happened there now? This same jihad where they take over places. Now in a Muslim country. Now there in they go. Why is he even traveling? All these people when you appoint say they be what do you call them, ambassadors? They never send them, Abi. They still there in Nigeria. You see what they do? You see in style, right? All those guys maybe they attack them. All the mockery them and all these people, he just give them something, made them quiet. All of them don't shut up now. The Bualas, all of them, they don't collect. The only 2 people will remain now. Now Erufai, because that one the ADC, and you don't say no go fit do anything to PO. Those 2 people then be in nightmare. Those other 2 will remain. Every other person don't buy them. They don't finish. So this whole thing, what will they do? This election. I don't want to talk about this in an election, but now we are supposed to be talking about this whole chaos, fight, killing, all this way they happen. How we take handle them? As a matter of fact, not be how. Now for churches to buy gun. When they hear them, oh, this church don't collect gun, oh, they don't store gun for their warehouse. Oh, what do you call them? That place where they Lagos, where they go do fasting and all that nonsense. Where people go die there, the man go say, make them wait, he go pray, talk to God. When they come back, the people don't die finish. That they are redeemed people. By the time Hausa go yes say or Northerners or what them be, go yes say that church where they their soul, the kind of gun where they don't stack up. If anything happen, they go finish everybody. Now when I waiting I want here be that. Make I contribute my money where go for that kind of matter. I promise if we don't do that thing, we'll go see them now. Then they enter Ekwa church, they collect people. They take the 100 and something. As you ask, how these people take come on for 170 people? Abba, and plenty old men and women now. We had in the Waka, Nicer Bush. We just do remembrance of one of my colleagues here where they kidnapped on his way coming from Edodia, going to Lagos. The day where he get flight, they wait for road, collect them. Now inside bush, as in the car and the dragger, the guy gets more weight. He know if he survived. He fell down and died. So I can imagine waiting they carry those number of people. They go inside bush for how long?
And he just came to Nigeria to visit too.
Yes, his name is Abuda. You can Google it. Yeah.
Hi.
They do remember. Yeah, he just came to do celebrate, do Christmas, do a thing.
Say no,
The
I follow
day,
come on.
the day
Oh,
when the one come back, I see one come back. They took Nasiana. Every video when they send with the watch and because they for our organization, they share the video. As I saw the video, he get one guy at the background. As the one go enter car, the one come out, they go. The guy, they get one movement where the guy make. I've been telling people say, see that guy, something is fishy. I promise you, if they don't arrest some of them, the guy follow because it's so obvious. You can see somebody where they plan something. That's why they go kidnap them. He just die in the process of, even reach where they carry them go.
hi.
So the children they here now, the wife is a widow. So things like this,
Well,
they pay us well,
Father
well.
Lord. See bills
Yeah.
on top of our head now to come train children. Which kind of wahala be this
Hmm.
one?
Now waiting. That's what I tell you. Say if we no go, these people, we no go feel they sit down, they pray, they talk. Oh, this na lie. We need to stand up to these people. Oh.
Hmm.
Or we go just let's just I swear there's nothing can solve it. These people are not giving up. They know they give up now. See them now. The Fulani at the most dangerous Fulanis are the educated one, like the one where they go back now saying they go read law or something. So which type of law in they go read? No be this thing, Islamic law. In today's world, what thing you want teach people again for Islamic law where they don't know?
But that's
What
not
thing
good.
that
Don't agree. He's actually a good intellectual. He knows something. He's very educated. That kind of person no go read his Islamic law. Don't worry yourself.
go and find out what is go find out what thing they read. Precious, come there tomorrow show. Tell me what it says something they go read. I promise you, it won't pass that. We know them. Nothing be that. Listen to Alex interview broadcast again. Listen very well. Now they work with that. They put some people way up high there, highly intelligent. Now they not be in be that way there where they never say arrest them. We never see in video lately again. That Sheikh Gumi.
Mm.
Now they went to school. You see the one where they our side. They go soon die, self. Asari Dokubo. They all went to school. Now those ones, now they be the people who were supposed to worry about. Maybe these ones they were there for Bush. Maybe these ones them. Now this see that air of fire. Go and ask what's that lawyer? There was one sound intelligent lawyer way calling him say, see Aerofire. If Aerofire follow Peter Obi, say he go vote for Tinubu right away. I forget his name. He was president of the
Okimbaloye. Okimbaloye.
you. Thank you. You remember that?
And
You
he said
see,
it
people like Aerofire.
on my show here. He said it.
Yes. People like say I never miss any of your show. From day one to today, I never miss one. I even watch them back to back. Because now here they get the real news. All the other sessions now they fear. Oh, don't say this. Oh, don't say that. Don't do this. Don't do that. But my sister, well done, though. Prince Chilaka, thank you for your analysis. I swear. I
All
go
right.
bring
All
you
right.
40-year-old whiskey. 40
Don't
don't
worry.
pray on, Abi. Now don't pray on.
Yeah, don't pray. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I promise you.
Thank
Well
you
All
very
done,
right.
much.
oh.
Thank you so
I
much.
did
Thank you
back
All
so
here.
much.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right then. Bye. Goodbye. Hello. Good evening and welcome. Are you okay to talk to us now? Good evening and welcome. Yes, you're in a noisy place, so I don't think we can hear you because there's a lot of talk in the background.
Yeah, sorry, I'm is okay now.
All right, so go
Can you
ahead.
hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Prince Japan.
All right, so go ahead,
Calling
sir.
from United Kingdom.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you once more, Precious, and your guest today. I want to start by saying, reminding us, Precious, you remember from this Air Commodore Lawubi that came on Channels Television. Remember that man?
Mm-hmm.
He came on air. He was being interviewed. This man told the whole Nigeria that the Islamization agenda, that is a thing, the ideology is a thing that if it takes them 1,000 years, they are ready to push it. That he's an Islamic scholar. That's what he said. He's saying Sabi is Islam. He said get excellent for Islam. He told the whole country. This man is an intelligence officer. He worked with DSS. He worked with the Nigerian Army. Air Commodore Lawud. He said that if it will take these people 1,000 years to Islamize Nigeria the way they want, they will not stop. It's an ideology. In conclusion, he told everybody that the best thing that will happen in this country is to split the country, divide the country, everybody with their own ideology. That's what he said. He's somebody that believes in Nigeria. He said he breathes Nigeria, he sleeps Nigeria, he kills for Nigeria. You know, strong statement that this man said on air. They asked him, they even went further to ask him, how about this thing you are saying? How about if you are killed? He said he doesn't care. You understand? He said he doesn't care. So, you see all these things that we are talking every day, they are okay, today now, yes, just 5 days ago, 177 people were kidnapped from 3 churches in Kaduna, southern Kaduna. All these people, they are all Christians. And they were taken into the forest. To make matter worse, a country where you are a citizen, they denied you being taken away, where you are still alive. Most of you, when you are dead, the local government chairman denied that nothing of such happened. The police IG denied that nothing was such.
Prince Shetimma, you know, say we know all of this already, so just make your contribution so that you know go to take us back to waiting with Sabi already. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Say you know. First welcome before me. Touched on things hand. No, make you don't rush me too much pressure. I beg. We touched on things. That's why we touch all these things to remind us where we are, where to collaborate things, because everybody is shouting 2027. While we know that at the end of the day, is INEC will announce the results, and it will end in go to court, and the judges, where they don't build their quarters, will concur with the person where they pay their salary. Are you getting me? Now nobody is talking about the electoral reform. Nobody is talking about the restructuring. That was the music after the 2023 election. You get what I'm saying? So that our part is to touch. We have to touch something to get where some collaborate it. Then our guest today, has been analyzing intelligently until you talk about Anambra. I want to remind him that Soludo has been an anti-IPOB. He has been an anti-IPOB in the sense
Precious, I think you need to cut this your person off. If he doesn't know what he wants to say, let him go and rest. Okay, you are sitting down there, you're saying it's anti-IPOB. The South is suffering economically. The Southeast is suffering economically. I am sure you're not in the Southeast. If you're in the Southeast, you will not want this to continue. Let us stop deceiving ourselves. Okay, your business is thriving. I'm sure you have your business in Lagos. You're doing your business and it's thriving. And you want people's business to die in the Southeast. And you call it IPOB. Okay, please go and rest somewhere. It is people like you that are causing trouble in the Southeast.
Thing that the people in the Southeast are doing every month.
But are you? But me, Prince Shetimma, Prince Shetimma, calm down. Prince Shetimma, calm down now. Calm down. Let's hear you out. Are you aware? Calm down now. Calm down. Are you aware? Just calm down. Let me ask you a question. Are you aware that there are Nigerians who are not involuntarily staying at home on Mondays in the Southeast? Are you aware? There are children who not involuntarily are they staying at home on Mondays. They are forced to because of fear of what will happen to them if they go out. Are you aware of that? Let's just tell ourselves the truth. Please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay.
The question you asked, I'm aware it can happen because in a situation where you have a chaos in the society, there's always a collateral damage in some ways. In the north, many schools are closed down. Are you getting me? In the north, anything that happens in the southeast, we amplify it as if it's the
nobody, Prince JJ man, nobody is amplifying it. It's not fair that you keep a close eye to things happening to your own area, but you analyze that's happening in another person's area. Please, let's tell ourselves the truth. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. The sit at home, is it affecting the economy? The mama put seller who earns every day, that is waiting in the work every day, now in the shop every day. That sit at home, it affect her business or not? Say the truth. Let's say the truth. Let's say the truth. Does it affect her or not?
100%, I agree with you.
So is it fair on her?
It's not fair.
In the place you are in the United Kingdom, do you exempt to go to work on Mondays because you're doing sit at home for why are you not staying at home on Mondays? Because you have to do voluntary disobedience for Nnamdi Kanu. Why are you not doing it?
That's what I want to clear you. Precious, see,
Sir?
IPOB has a stance on this issue. IPOB do not support daily sit at home.
Then why are they not supporting it now? So that's actually the confusion. Because IPOB had said since that they are not the ones enforcing it, they are not the ones supporting it. And I have said it here several times. How come today now, when Soludo has said we will only pay people based on what they earn, based on the number of days they come to work, and they are not saying that no, they don't want it.
The conflict there is that the Soludo want to force the people. Are you getting me? The people are not the people that are doing the sit at home. They are doing it voluntarily.
No, but you have just accepted. You have just told me that not everybody doing it is doing it voluntarily. You've just told me that is not everybody who's doing it that is doing it voluntarily. So why not allow those who want to do it voluntarily to do? Those who don't want to do it, let them not do it. So you cannot tell me that a child who has to go to school on Monday. Now, Southeast people are backward in their academics because of this. Because Mondays are exempted from their school days. Do you like this? Students, even to the extent of WAEC examination period, it affects their papers they write on Mondays. Let's tell ourselves the truth now. It is not fair that we remove the plaque, whatever, on other people's eyes. They will not remove what is in our own eyes. It's not fair.
Well, that's why it's not fair, but what I'm telling you is that the governor himself, the governor of the Southeast, did they help matter? The answer is no, because they are the ones that proscribe IPOB without any violence, without any...
We agree with you, and we have often said it here. If you know that, Prince Francis Tulaka has always condemned it here.
Are you getting me?
So just hold on. Let me ask you a question. No. Just hold on. So in your opinion, how long should the Southeast people continue to sit at home forever till Nnamdi Kanu's case is resolved? If that happens, will you join them from where you are and stop going to work on Mondays to join them?
As I said, it's voluntary. People that are doing it.
I am telling you now that it is not voluntary. Now you have also agreed with me that it's not voluntary. So if you keep saying voluntary, that means you're deceiving yourself. I'm sorry to say. You have agreed with me that it is not voluntary.
There are some people that are not doing it.
Yes, there are people who are not doing it voluntarily. For those people who get shocked when they don't volunteer, when they leave their shop, they don't even close their shop for 1 year. No concern anybody. Do you understand me? What Soludo is saying is for those who come to work as civil servants. How can you exempt yourself 4 days or 4 Mondays or 5 Mondays and 6 from work, but you accept to take your full month salary? If you're a private business owner, will you pay somebody who does not come to work for some days because the person is voluntarily?
The governors are the one that originated everything that happened.
Okay.
If everybody we are going to their work normally before they prescribe IPOB from there, government created different kind of group, fake group, agitators group, and they were causing mayhem, and they are doing their own sit at home.
That word was what created fear in people not to be going to be
all
to
right,
their
Prince Jejema, no wahala, make I leave you.
So that is the problem. So if you want to balance, say something, you on air, you balance the equation. Don't come and say ban the IPOB. Why not go to North?
Nobody said ban. Nobody said ban. You're the one saying that. He did not say that. He did not say that. He's always been against.
IPOB talk that they should ban it. The program by IPOB is it not higher than Biden is, but IPOB is still alive because they are doing
all right. Thank you. Thank you.
The movement of IPOB is a genuine cause.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. God bless you.
I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. Prince Francis Chila, can make her take your validation. I mean, do grace for us. Make her take and make with the
No, I think a lot of people in the Southeast are not being sincere to themselves. They're not telling the truth to themselves. You can't have your business running in Lagos or in the north or wherever you are located outside the Southeast, and you are busy asking people not to run their own business and they should sit at home in solidarity. What has that solidarity given to the Southeast? Does it put food on the people's table? Does it take care of the insecurity in the state? So please, anybody that is asking anybody to sit at home does not love the Southeast. Yes, the governors in the Southeast have their own beat. For me, Charles Soludo, like I always say, which was what I told Governor Mba when he came up, and I said, if you want to stop sit at home, provide security for the people. Make sure that on that same Monday, the police, the army, they are on their toes, they are on the streets. Not when you ask civil servants to be on the road, students to be on the road, security personnel will not be on the road. Then you're exposing the people to more danger. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Francis Chilaka. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by this evening. Thank you, sir. All right, Nigeria. I'd like to say good night, sir. I'd like to say big thank you to everyone who's been part of the show. It's always a pleasure to see to stay with you and to always bring you things happening in Nigeria. I appreciate you guys and I love you. I'll see you again tomorrow evening, God willing, with Mr. Shegu Shapito. But for now, please protect your mental health because wahala not the end quick like that. Wahala not so much because wahala need to finish for Nigeria. So please protect your mental health. I love you. Good night and God bless you. Bye bye.